Alright guys, welcome back to another video on the Alaska series.
I'm actually here.
Look who's back, and Jingle. There's Jingle. Okay. On this day of the trip, we were in Seward, Alaska. I believe we stayed there 2 nights? Just 2 nights. The first official day in Seward, we actually did sea kayaking and whale watching, but we're just gonna do sea kayaking for this one, and then we'll do whale watching as like a part 2 for Seward. So as per usual on this trip, we did not do an intro. We didn't talk to the camera at all. We just started. We were already geared up at the sea kayaking place. It was Sunny Cove Sea Kayaking.
No, I
Do you
don't
remember the gear in general though? They gave us, I don't know if it's like overalls, but the boots were connected. So I guess gaiters maybe? Is that what they call them? Gaiters. Yeah, connected to overalls. So we couldn't get wet from like waist down basically. And then they gave us life jackets, all that stuff. Once we got geared up, they went over the safety instructions and how to paddle and how to steer. If you've never done a sea kayak, it is a little bit different than a river kayak. You actually have a rudder on the back that flips down, and then they have pedals on the inside for the person in the back, and you push forward on either side to make it turn. So that was really cool. My first experience with a sea kayak, and it was about the same experience for you, I guess.
Yeah, but I didn't have the steering part,
Yeah.
so it didn't matter to me.
She was in the front. It's only in the back.
You don't want to step into the boat because that's when it's like it moves around a lot, and when you're high center of gravity, you gotta be careful. Easy way to get inside the kayak is just remember the X marks is not kind of so down, put your butt here, put your feet in. You're just gonna scoot on in.
So the little skirt you had was to go around the hole that you're in, so then water doesn't get in, which was great because when you're paddling and then the water comes down from the paddle, it gets all over your arms. It doesn't get inside.
It actually doesn't. So that was the next thing I was going to talk
Oh
about.
yeah, because it had those
the
little
paddle, yeah. It had little
pieces.
rubber stoppies on either end, so when it comes out of the water, it just hits the rubber end and it doesn't go on your arm. But yes, the sea skirt thing was pretty cool. That was my first experience with that too. After we got in there, they went over safety instructions just in case we were getting wobbly, taught us how to paddle. With a 2-person sea kayak, it's a little bit different. KM was in front, and she would basically set the pace. So she's doing her thing, and then I would just match her, and that's how we did it. Again, all we had were GoPros on our heads, so we did see seals popping up all over the place, and it was fantastic. The scenery is amazing. You just can't really see too much of it. But here's what we got. 70 degrees when we left. So. Neither one of us remember a whole lot about this, but halfway through, we just stopped on this little rocky beach and it had a bunch of driftwood. We stopped there, got out of the gear, took some pictures. Ken thinks we might have had sandwiches.
Like a lunch or something, I don't remember.
I don't remember either. But this was like first thing in the morning too.
Maybe it was a snack. Afterwards, we saw the cutest little sea lion. Right? Yeah, the little thing that kept popping up and like, I remember that part. We were sea kayaking and then there's a little sea lion that kept popping up. Like,
or seal.
Hi.
We kept seeing,
Hi.
We said sea lion then and now we say seal. So it's like, which one is it?
Either way, this little critter kept popping his head out. And he was just like, I want to say hi, but then I'm scared. And then he would like swim around and he would just follow us. And he'd get closer. I don't know how far that would be.
The issue is GoPros. I don't know if it's going to be close enough to actually see on camera. But if it is, I will show you.
Yeah, he would just like swim around and just try and like see us and be with us. But he was, of course, too scared. It was adorable. That was my favorite part.
Like we're going nowhere.
Whoa.
I guess that was it, right?
No, other than I was really scared because we were going in the ocean. I was afraid. I was telling Josh, I was like, I'm afraid I'm going to die or tip over. I was like, we cannot move or anything. So just any little adjustments we did, I was just freaking out because I didn't want to go in the water.
Even though they gave us life jackets, it would still be very cold. I don't think it would have been that big of a deal. It was actually very warm that day. I remember that. I had
Yeah, we were all bundled up, and then we ended up taking a lot of the stuff off.
70 that day, 75. We got really lucky with the weather. We seem to get really lucky with weather on a lot of our trips. The tour guides and everything were great. They were fantastic. They said that we were really good with kayaks. We have been kayaking before, so they said something about it where it's like the easy way to get a divorce is like paddle in there with your partner, but we did great because we're used to kayaking. The only issue I had at one point is I told her to slow her strokes down just a little bit because she was just starting to go crazy and I have to match her speed, and I'm like, okay, just smooth and steady. The company itself, awesome. We were literally the only people on this first tour because we did the very first one. It was very early because we were doing a lot. But yeah, Sunny Cove Sea Kayaking. Look them up if you're ever in Seward, Alaska.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people there too. I don't know if they're like in college or what, but a lot of people come flooding into Alaska to actually just work for the summer for the summer, and then they go back to doing whatever.
We figured that out the day before. So the last video when we saw the sea otter, there were actually two girls that came up and they said that that's what they were doing. They were working for the summer and they're from out of state or something. But either way, that is it for this part of the video. The next part will cover the whale watching. The sea kayaking was so different for us that I think it was worth its own video. If you guys aren't subscribed, make sure you do so you don't miss out on the rest of the series. Next video, whale watching. I will include some pictures because honestly, the pictures are better than the GoPro footage. But we'll see. See you guys in the next one.
They have a craft brew combo.
I think there was a lot of breweries up there. We missed out on the one, Midnight Sun. Because I was puking.
No more eggs.
No eggs on vacation.
I am talking. I sent Mom and Dad the shoe sizes to figure it out. I'm hoping your mom sent it to me too. I'm sorry, Jingle. I know Daddy moved it.
I'll flip this little dude around just in case. Check, check, 1, 2. Audio check, mic check, 1, 2.
See, he doesn't like being right there.
What are you doing, Jingle?
Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
A little quiet. I might turn it up.
It's falling my head.
This day of the trip, what are you doing? Are you comfy? You just go back and come home.
Nope, put him down.
Alright. What do you want, man?
No, it's in the middle. Put him in the middle.
Here you go. And also, if you guys hear that, they're watching The Mandalorian downstairs. So that's what all that background noise could be. Don't know. And that.
In the baby room's right there.
Roll clip.
Do we eat sandwiches or something?
Did we? Roll clip.